Live from New York, this is WIUR Radio.
Yeah, good. I'm mute.
No, it's good.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Jack and Eddie Show. This is episode 6.
Welcome back.
Yes, last night was the Knicks opener. We will be talking about that. We will be talking a little bit Giants, a little bit Jets. Giants had a very brutal loss to the Denver Broncos, where they were up 19-0 in the fourth quarter and blew a very pathetic game.
Yeah, that's my team, New York Giants. I was watching the game. I was thinking we beat the Denver Broncos until the fourth quarter, and
Yeah.
a lot of people to blame. I mean, Giants defense number one. I mean, absolutely unacceptable. Completely blew the game, and also their kicker, Jude.
Yeah, his name's not even relevant. That's
not
how
even I don't even want to give him the spotlight. Horrible.
Yeah, so
you have one job. It's to
I'll
kick
give
the
you
football.
a little breakdown of how I watched Sunday football this week. I started 1:00 game watching the New York Jets.
I did see that,
and I'll get into that after. But brutal game. Then I turned the Giants game on. I mean, because listen, I'm a Jets fan, but I don't root against the Giants. I want to see them win. I'm not gonna say I don't want to see them win. I don't hate the Giants at all. I was watching it. It was halftime. Had a pretty steady lead. I think it was like 13-0 going into halftime. I think it was.
Yeah, we were up.
I went to shower. I was like, whatever. I'll go shower. I came out. I went to shower. Then I went to go get something to eat. I think. I got out, I got back into my room, and it was 19-0 with like 8 minutes left. I was like, all right, they got this in the bag. They did not have it in the bag.
No.
The Giants couldn't move the ball offensively. Dart threw a really bad interception. And the Broncos got right back into it. They allowed 33 points in the fourth quarter, and it's not going to win you football games. And in my opinion, not that I thought the Giants were gonna win the Super Bowl, but that was it. That was the season right there.
That was a game. That was a game that was gonna tell us a lot as Giants fans. I mean, I think first of all, we should have won, but if we were to win that game against the Denver Broncos, then we'd go after people at the trade deadline, like Chris Olave or Waddle, and get another receiver for Jackson Dart. But unfortunately they blew the game in New York Giants fashion. I'm not going to say it's worse than being a Jets fan, but it is very close to being as bad as a Jet fan. I just feel bad for the Jets, and the Giants have just, I had hope, but they're horrible.
Yeah, no.
Terrible.
I'll tell you what. And I was speaking about this to you during the week. To me, that they got the ball back and they ended up scoring after they blew the lead. They ended up scoring to retake the lead in that final minute. But that was a really, really bad drive that they got lucky and scored on that drive.
Yes, Jackson Dart.
Because, I don't know. Obviously, I'm a college in the senior year in college. I'm not on the football field, so I don't know what exactly the play calls were. So I don't know whether to blame a guy like Jackson Dart, to blame Brian Daboll, which I think I am blaming more of Brian Daboll than Jackson Dart. But he just kept trying to throw the ball deep. With a minute left, it was every play he was going for the end zone. It was like, dude, you don't need to go for the end zone every play.
Me and you were yelling at the TV.
I was yelling at the TV. I was like, what is this guy doing? And he got bailed out twice.
Yeah.
He had that one terrible pass that somehow got completed. It hit off the defender. The guy, it was crazy. And then the pass interference that got them at the 1 yard line on, I think, was it 3rd and 15, I think. Maybe it might have even been 4th and 15.
Yeah.
Got bailed out because I don't think that was a pass. It was close.
It was close.
But I don't think that should have been called a pass interference. They end up scoring, and then their defense couldn't stop a nosebleed if they tried.
No, it was terrible.
It was pathetic.
And I'm glad that that kicker got released.
Yeah,
he's gone.
He was garbage.
Send him back to Ireland. The guy was
gosh.
And I'm Irish. I want to root for the Irish.
Yeah, he was, dude. I mean, you come into the NFL, man. You're
Terrible.
you're a kicker, dude.
You had one
You're missing
job.
those. Sad,
One job.
sad.
Not even hard.
It was a really pathetic.
Not even like they were
performance.
60 yarders. They were like 40 yard field goals.
Yeah, but again, Dart looked decent.
Looked alright.
Scottaboo looked decent. Other than that, I mean, their defense was a real letdown in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, shame on them, man. Abdul Carter,
Especially Dexter Lawrence has
Lawrence.
been awful all year. He really hasn't been the player they've looked up to. At previous years where he was a beast.
Yeah.
I was speaking to my grandpa yesterday, and he was even telling me, because I didn't even really know he was playing that bad, but he was telling me that it's like he's not even getting off the line. Like he's just getting abused basically. So he's got to step up. But they have a tough game this week against Philly in Philadelphia. You know, that crowd could be rowdy, especially to a young quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning this game. I know I said that last time, but I do mean it this time. I could. I mean, what do you? I just don't. I don't see anything good for them.
No, I don't. I think the Giants have completely lost momentum. I think they had a bit of a spark, but I mean, after what I've witnessed last Sunday, I don't have any faith in this team. And I think the Eagles are going to be prepared.
And the Eagles look good. The Eagles look good this week. You know, he Hurts. That was the best game Hurts had all year, especially passing the ball. AJ Brown with 2 touchdowns. Devontae Smith had a career day in receiving yards. I think he had like 180 or something.
Yeah, my score prediction's 37-13.
Yeah,
Eagles. They're gonna blow them out.
I could even see it getting so ugly they take Dart out.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, maybe
put in like Winston.
Yeah, I think this game gets brutal. I'll say it again. I think if the Giants want to win this game somehow, they're gonna have to hold the Eagles to 17. I don't see that happening this time. I think the final score will be 35-10, maybe.
Yeah.
Something outrageous. Yeah, but that being said, going to the Jets, dude, it's just so disappointing, man. And they don't even deserve to be talked about for that long. So I'm gonna kind of keep it short and simple. 2 weeks they haven't scored a touchdown. Justin Fields has looked like a lost puppy out there. They bench him at halftime, and they put in Tyrod Taylor, who actually didn't look bad. He was moving the ball around, but he threw a bad interception, and then he had a wide open touchdown to Allen Lazard that he underthrew. Lazard ends up dropping it, and then the very next play has another touchdown opportunity, drops it, and you know, I don't think high of their defense either really this year, but 2 weeks in a row your defense gave you a chance. Like the Jets defense I've seen 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where defense could win you a game if your quarterback's just tolerable. Their offense looked maybe better with Zach Wilson out there. I'm gonna say it. Tyrod Taylor played terrible. When he came in, I mean, like I said, he was completing some passes, but you cannot score a touchdown in 2 weeks. 13-11, you lose to the Broncos, and then 13-6, you lose to the Panthers. Who, by the way, they are having, I think they're 4-3, but Bryce Young gets hurt, so he's not playing basically the whole second half. I think he got hurt in the fourth quarter, whatever, but he definitely didn't play the whole fourth quarter. You had old man Andy Dalton out there, who hasn't been a starter in this league in a while, especially a good starter. Yeah. He has had starts, but he hasn't been a good starter in years. And he played terrible. They couldn't score a touchdown. I can't even get that started. Just terrible performance all around. Their receiving with Garrett Wilson out is just pathetic. I mean, Josh Reynolds, Allen Lazard, some guy named Smith. These dudes are hot garbage. Their running backs, Breece Hall, he's still good player. It's just hard being a good player on the Jets.
They got to trade him.
I would trade him now, because he would be a team who needs a running back. He would be really explosive on a team like that, especially if you have a good O-line. Because not only he could arguably be a top 5 receiving running back in the league. He gets open. But yeah, that I think that's all.
Yeah,
I'm really gonna say about the Jets.
New York football.
New York football is disgraceful. It really is.
They continue to disappoint.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I feel like we covered enough with the football.
I think maybe just a little more. Just one more thing I have to say about football is how we let these quarterbacks go and they turn into
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, and on top of that, Sam Darnold. These two are like two of the top 4 in MVP candidates.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Daniel Jones has been incredible, and Sam Darnold, who not only did the Jets make a mistake on, the Vikings made a mistake, I think, too, letting him go because they're seeing trouble now too. JJ McCarthy can't stay healthy. They have Carson Wentz out there who's been trash. Sam Darnold had not a good, but a very great season with the Vikings last year. And this year, people were like, oh, he's going to Seattle. Especially me. I was like, I don't know if he'll be like how he was last year. He's playing great. Yeah, he found Jackson Smith-Njigba and Cooper Kupp, those receivers. That Seattle team is going to be a team I have to watch for the rest of the year. I think if Sammy Mano could play like he did last year, he's going to be really good for them. And then Daniel Jones too. He's found a spark in that young team with rookie Warren, who's on my fantasy team, who I greatly appreciate, who's been having a great season as a tight end. Jonathan Taylor. And yeah, they've looked really good, man. Both those teams, and even not a New York team that let go of this guy, but Baker Mayfield too. Baker Mayfield's having a great year. These are 3 guys that that went high in the NFL draft, with Baker going 1, Sam going 3, Daniel Jones I think was the 6th pick. But these guys, the teams let go of them early. Especially other teams too, like Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield both playing for the Panthers one year. They weren't even starting, neither of them. They had some other guy who was hot garbage start. And then, that's a story I like. Never giving up on yourself, knowing that you're a great receiver, and a great quarterback deep down. And that's what I always said about Sam Darnold. I was very upset that the Sam Darnold situation never worked because I always saw the talent Darnold.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's a different story. I never really saw talent. Justin Fields, I don't see talent. Sam Darnold, I saw talent. And if they were just patient with him, and like I said, my biggest thing with quarterbacks at a young age is let a veteran start that rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's not going well, then put him in. Especially if you have a garbage team,
like how the Giants did.
Yeah. Especially if you have a garbage team. Like if you go in there first week, you're gonna get killed out there as a quarterback, especially going up against a good team. But
1000%.
Yeah, it's just crazy. You want to go into our first ad break?
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick
little ad break, then talk some NBA.
Yes.
This is WIUR Radio.
Hi, I'm Morgan Beastie from the Ionian, and I hope you're enjoying today's show. Are you looking for the latest scoop on campus news, sports, and more? Check out the Ionian University's very own award-winning student newspaper. We keep you up to date with everything happening on and off campus. Want to know about the big game, the latest campus event? It's all in the Ionian. Join the conversation. Read, write, and get involved. Visit www.theionian.org or pick up a copy around campus. Stay informed, stay connected. Now, back to WIUR, Iona University Radio.
Welcome back, everyone, from our first ad break. Now we're just gonna NBA season started 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Kicked off season opener.
The New York Knicks secured the win against the Cavs.
Yes,
that's
did.
And
the team looked good overall.
That's an Eastern Conference rival. I mean, one of the only teams in the Eastern Conference that concern me a little bit with the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't fear the Boston Celtics, who they are playing on Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Knicks look good with the new head coach Mike Brown.
Yeah.
I like seeing him involve a lot of other guys, like Tyler Kolek, Deuce McBride.
No, they looked really good last night.
They look great. I mean,
they looked really good.
Didn't shoot good from three.
Brunson shot terrible. He shot terrible from the field.
But that's what's actually good because even if he is underperforming from
you have other guys.
We've got other guys like Deuce McBride was hitting threes.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges had a big game. Towns, who played hurt, had a big game. OG played really good. But before we get into the Knicks, just a little news around the league. There's been a lot of before the illegal gambling I'm gonna get into. I just want a quick little thing about a game I watched last night between the Spurs and the Mavericks. Dude, this guy Wemby is going to be a problem.
Dude,
he's gonna be a problem, man. He dropped 40 points and 15 boards, and he made it look so easy. He has everything in his game. He's a crazy defender. He had 3 blocks last night.
He's clearly
he scores everywhere on the court, whether it's threes, mid ranges, dunks, fadeaways. He does it all, and he's just a guy that, wow, the Spurs got lucky, man, because he is a generational talent. He will go down if he stays healthy as one of the greatest to ever play the game. I think.
No doubt.
He's insane. And then in that game too, we saw a new rebuild Mavericks team that I think, honestly, if they play good, even though they kind of got crushed last night, they have a good roster where I think they could go far and make a run. But Cooper Flag in his first game, for whatever reason, they started him at point guard. He's not a point guard, and you can't ask that, especially as a kid.
6'9".
Especially as a kid. Like, you want to ask LeBron to go play point guard, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But this kid's 19, 20 years old. 10 points, 10 rebounds. He had 0 assists, started at point guard. He only shot 1 3. He missed 4 of 13 from the field in 32 minutes. Definitely could say that's a very overwhelming game.
I mean, he didn't look comfortable.
No, he definitely did not look comfortable at all on the court.
It's going to take him a while to adjust.
Yeah.
Obviously, the NBA is completely different from college. Yeah. It's completely different pace of game.
No, 100%.
I have no doubt that he's going to be a great player.
No, he's definitely going to be a great player.
Could be rookie of the year. Who knows?
Yeah. Just a little quick thing. Also, shout out to the guy on the 76ers. I think his name's like VC Ejikakombo, whatever his name is. I don't even know, but yeah, he dropped 33 last night.
That guy's something special.
Yeah, he's gonna be really good too. I like the draft class this year. There was a lot of players that I'm looking at like, wow, these guys could ball a little bit.
Yeah, and actually, quick shout out to Iona. The 2022 team with Patino. We're seniors now. That was our freshman year. We used to go to a couple of the games, and that whole team had so much talent. There's a lot of guys that are either like overseas, and there's actually 2 guys that are now in the NBA, Walter Clayton Jr. and Dennis Jenkins.
Yes.
So,
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to them. Jenkins didn't play yesterday. He's on Detroit,
Pistons. And that's going to be a tough team for him to honestly get minutes on. They have a lot of guard depth on that team.
Yeah.
And he's a guard, and they have a lot of like veteran guys too, like a Chris LeVert, who I don't know if he could play over. I mean, obviously they have Cade Cunningham, their starting point guard. They have Thompson.
A lot of competition.
Jaden Ivey, who's coming back from an injury.
He'll get like minutes here and there.
Yeah, he'll get minutes, but I mean, I think he's still. I loved watching him play freshman year. I thought he was explosive.
He definitely had talent.
He was really good. I think he could play on a. I think if another team gave him a chance, he could be a very impactful team. I think just a team like Detroit's going to be kind of hard to get minutes on, but keep killing it, keep grinding.
We're gonna keep our eye on Jenkins and Clayton. He just came off a national championship with Florida last year in the March Madness tournament. Lights out shooter, clutch shooter. Lacks a little bit of defense. But yeah, he's on the Jazz. The Jazz are arguably one of the worst teams.
Yeah, and they blew out the Clippers last night. Me and Jack were watching that game last night. We actually got to see Walter in there. We saw his first points.
Yeah.
And then he felt hot and decided to do a funny shot, man. Guy pulled up like he was Steph Curry.
Guy pulled from the
It was funny,
logo.
but good for you, dude. Good for you.
Listen, I've seen him hit those.
Yeah.
But I don't know about doing that in the NBA.
First
in your
ever game,
debut.
too, dude. That was funny, though.
It's a little wild, but hey.
That was really funny. But he
keep
played good.
shooting.
He had 10 points, too, matching first pick overall.
He had an
Cougar
efficient
flag.
game. And I look forward to watching him play for the Jazz. I mean, I'm going to definitely pay attention to them. They got a young team. They got Kyle Filipowski. Yeah, they have a really young team. Oh, that other guy, Ace Bailey.
Yeah.
Ace Bailey. So we'll see. Young team. Anything could happen. I mean, I don't expect them to make the playoffs.
And this is to go a little off topic from Walt and Jenks, but this was a topic that throughout the week we were a little frustrated with. Former Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau at Celtics practice again amongst other teams. Like he went to other teams too. I know he was at Timberwolves. He went to St. John's to go talk with them. But I don't, going to Celtics practice is crazy.
Yeah, listen, Tom, I always loved you and respected you, but man, that is a snake move. I mean, I almost I understand, but
especially because the reports were coming out. I think Jaylen Brown said that he was giving like the strategy away of what they were like doing to like prevent prevent them or whatever.
Dude, I mean, maybe Mike Brown, his strategy could be completely different.
Yeah,
I don't.
It probably definitely is because he definitely uses a bench.
I don't like how he was given the opposition that insight. It's like, come on,
Yeah, no, I didn't like that at all.
No,
honestly.
It didn't sit right with me. I definitely lost some respect for Tom Thibodeau for that.
Yeah,
he didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, I don't know if he will get another coaching job, to be honest, ever.
It is incredible that
he's
no
an
one
older
picked him up.
Yeah, he's an older guy in a league where I'm just gonna say it. The league right now is soft. These guys are soft.
From the refs.
Refs, the fouls. I mean, people with these injuries that I've never heard of. Listen, dude, when back in the day, someone used to sprain an ankle. I get if it's a really bad sprained ankle, but if it's like a little sprained ankle, these people used to just wrap it up. They would laugh at it and go play.
Like what happened to the Kobe Bryants?
Yeah, the Michael Jordan
back into the
literally
mid game.
This league is soft, and it starts with LeBron James, dude. He's the leader, the leader, I guess you want to say. People's GOATs, not even in my top 10. I just have can't say I don't have respect. I mean, I have respect. Obviously, I do know he is one of the greatest, but he's not even close. But dude, it starts with him. He shows a bad example sometimes. I mean, he actually is dealing with an injury that will have him out for a while. But these people like get poked in the eye. You're on the floor for like 3 minutes. It's ridiculous how soft the NBA is now, especially with these foul calls. I mean, these people just go like this and they're rewarded free throws when no one's touching them, or like this, like a little contact, it's a foul. It's just sad. We want to see physical basketball again.
Bring back the 90s.
And if that's shortening the season a little bit, making it like 72 games instead of 82, then so be it. Yeah. It gets me sick to my stomach watching some of these games, and some of the calls some of these people are getting is disgraceful.
It is.
Disgraceful.
So yeah, just a little bit about the season opener for the Knicks. I think I watched a lot of guys be involved. Coming off the bench. The bench had, I think, 35 points, so they had some solid contribution.
Yeah.
I thought Towns looked good. I thought OG Anunoby looked phenomenal on not only the offensive side but the defensive side of the ball. He had like 6 or 7 maybe like deflections. He played spectacular defense.
Yeah, he had a really good game.
Yeah. What did you see in the first game of the season?
What did I see? I saw ball movement. I saw different guys get involved. Deuce was getting involved.
Yep.
Bridges had a good start. OG, obviously, like we just said. Yabusele didn't really play too much.
Yeah, we didn't see
I'd
him.
like to see him play a little more. Kolak looked good off the bench. I was honestly a little surprised he was getting minutes. I
Me
didn't think they
too.
were,
I was
but
shocked.
go for it.
We're so used to Tibbs' play style. Right?
Yeah,
We're
we
like,
played, I
"Ooh."
think, 11 guys last night.
Yeah. So why not give me your top 3 players that you could see, making some big contributions this year?
In order for the Knicks to be the Knicks this year, obviously outside of Brunson and Cat, those two are gonna have to be dogs. I even put OG in that category now where like I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna play great defense, and as long as he could give me 17 points a night, like on the season, I should say, go for it, like whatever. But the 3 people that I'm looking this year that could really impact whether I think our team could make a good run is number 1, Jordan Clarkson. This guy's a guy who is a bucket. He's a walking bucket. Um, he's important off our bench, a nice veteran guy to have to pair with a guy like Deuce off the bench. And if a starter like Bridges or like Brunson or like OG or Hart or when he comes back, like if these guys are struggling a little bit, he could come off the bench, play a little ISO ball, score the 3, score the mid range, drive on people.
Yeah.
He's a really good offensive player, and I think he's going to be big for us if we want to make a run because all these teams that we've lost to in the past years, the Pacers 2 years, the Heat that year, they just had better depth than us.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how he fits into this Knicks offense.
Yeah, I'm really excited. He had a decent game last night.
Yeah.
Not a Jordan Clarkson game, but he played decent.
Some quality minutes.
The second player I want to say to watch out for is Mikal Bridges. And yeah, last year you could say it was I was a little overwhelmed. He did not play good. I think he could admit that too. That was not the best basketball he could play. He really impressed me during the Celtics series. I think that was the best week or 2 of basketball he's played as a New York Knick.
Especially defensively.
Yeah, especially defensively, but he was even scoring that one game I forget if it was game 1 or game 2 where we came back, but that fourth quarter was all Mikal Bridges. Brunson was struggling to score, Towns was struggling to score. Bridges was there with the bench and he played really well. So Bridges is my second guy that I think is really going to impact this team. If he could just be efficient and shoot the ball like he shot in his earlier career, then I'm all for it. And then my last player, which I think is the most important player for the whole year and for the whole team, to be honest, is Mitchell Robinson. This team is not going anywhere with Karl-Anthony Towns as our starting center. Mitch Robinson has to be out there on the court because to make up for Towns' defense. Mitchell Robinson is so huge because he could guard your center like Jokic, like Embiid's, the Wembys. Is he gonna get scored on sometimes? Of course, but it's not gonna be like watching Karl-Anthony Towns, who doesn't know how to go around the pick and roll. He needs to be healthy, dude, and it's the same ankle that he's not playing with right now. It's the ankle that he got 2 surgeries on before already. That ankle is permanently messed up. But he needs to be out there if we want any chance to make a deep run. He's the most important key to this team. Yeah, they do the Haka Robinson we saw in the playoffs. But I could almost live with that if he's out there playing stellar defense, getting the offensive boards, because he's one of the best offensive rebounders in the game. That was great shot blocker, and that lineup with Towns at the 4, Mitch at the 5 is scary to me. It's scary to me.
I love that, no doubt.
What about you? Who are your top 3?
Yeah, just some key players. I think that we should pay attention to. We have the Brunson and Towns duo. I feel pretty safe with what they're gonna bring to the table. So, fingers crossed they just stay healthy and play well. OG Anunoby is my first guy. I kind of touched on him earlier. I just think he's been something special because of how he just dominates both sides of the basketball. I think he could give you buckets anywhere on the court. He plays with this physicality. He plays tough defense. And I love him. He's definitely going to be a key player that has to continue to be who he is and just lock down defensively and just keep contributing offensively the way he has been. So I feel pretty good about OG.
Yeah.
Tyler Kolek, I think after seeing him get those minutes last night, we were both surprised, but like he's gonna be getting the ball. He's gonna be getting some minutes this year, I think, and we know how good of a shooter he could be. So Tyler Kolek, I would love to see more. I totally would root for him. I want to see him perform.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see. Tyler Kolek is my number 2 guy to look out for. And then number 3, we got Miles Deuce McBride.
Yeah, man. He's gonna be key this year. He really is.
Yeah, we saw him last night coming in hitting a couple big threes. He could definitely shoot the ball. He's a little undersized, but
this is a big year for him, I think.
It is. It's totally a big year.
Big year.
He'll be coming off the bench and giving us some clutch buckets, I think. I think a big thing with him is his consistency. He has to, be consistent. And
100%, man. He's had a weird career, and he's another one like I was talking about Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones before. He never really gave up on himself.
Mhm.
He started on the bench, was playing in the garbage minutes of games. And Tibbs shockingly found faith in him.
Mhm.
He was a guy last year who led the team in bench minutes. He was big for us last year, but
no doubt.
I think I need to see a little more offensively from him this year. I think I need to see, I'm not saying average 10 points, but average more than 7 points a game.
Take some shots.
Yeah, take some shots. You have a really good shot. You don't have to
hesitates.
rush. Yeah, he hesitates. He rushes a little bit. But at the end of the day, he's got to. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be good this year. But you're right. I think he was my 4th of people I want to watch. But I've grown faith in him to where I trust him because he's really good defensively too.
I was just gonna say, like, a main point that I want people to take away from this episode is just the Knicks bench and how key they're gonna be this year.
Mhm.
I think after them putting up 35, it's a great sign.
100%.
Team chemistry comes in here. We need the bench to click, and they will be a huge part in this Knicks basketball team.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what Mike Brown wants to do, but I think the bench is going to be getting a lot more minutes than prior years. So
all right. Well, I think we're going to go to our second ad break real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Untouchable, unstoppable.
This is WIUR Sports Radio.
Hi, I'm Robbie Basil, president of WIUR Radio, and I hope you're enjoying today's show. Have you ever wanted to call the biggest games, the biggest moments for the biggest names for Iona Athletics? Then the newly founded WIUR Sports Radio is the place to be. Launched in January of 2025, our goal is to try and get broadcasters here at Iona an opportunity to learn, succeed, and get a chance to be on air. From getting to call the big moments at the hack.
Dinkins trying to go to the rack. Denied. Yafet Mundi.
To seeing the crack of the bat at City Park.
The line drive into left field, around third, and it kicks away. The Gales are going to win it in 10.
We make those moments happen on our brand new WIUR Sports Radio platform on Mixer. If you're interested, feel free to reach out to me via email or to the rest of my e-board to join the club. We are WIUR Sports Radio, the new home of Iona Athletics. Now, back to the show on WIUR, Iona University Radio.
And welcome back from our last ad break. So now the last segment we're gonna do of tonight, just the top 5 players that we've seen of all time. Like this is like that we've watched
Yeah,
basically.
let me just put like one thing out there. I started watching basketball seriously in maybe like 2011.
Yeah, I
What
would
about
say
you?
like 2000, around that time,
Around
like
that time.
2011, 12, around then. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I don't remember what I started
probably
playing.
7.
I started playing basketball, I think, in 3rd grade or 4th grade. Like I kind of started late compared to all my friends,
Yeah.
but I started watching it and I fell in love quick. It was
So yeah,
great.
basically just keep in mind like early 2010s
Yeah.
to now, basically, is the era we're talking about.
And these are like I said, top 5. This is a kind of a mixture of favorite / best players we've seen.
Yeah.
So I'll start off with my 5, which is Derrick Rose. I loved watching Derrick Rose play, man. He was a dog, man.
He was something special.
With the Bulls, that tragic injury when Tibbs was coaching, the question of is should they have left him in because it was a blowout at the time.
Yeah.
D Rose was so special, man, and he tried to make the comeback. He joined the Knicks, honestly, and I was excited for that team with him, Carmelo, Porzingis, Joakim Noah. I was excited, man. And listen, I can't say he was one of the worst players I've seen because I've seen a lot worse, but he was overwhelmed. It wasn't Derrick Rose, he couldn't even dunk anymore. It was like a struggle for him to get up there. But then he joined the Timberwolves, which I really loved watching him play there. I always followed his career. The Timberwolves. He came back to the Knicks and he played great. And yeah, he's retired now. I like I said though, dude, that first because I think that was one of the first years I really watched. I think of Derrick Rose, so I don't even remember that year, but he was. Dude, he was special, man, and it's a shame that his career kind of ended so early.
Yeah. Arguably one of the worst injuries in sports. I mean,
know.
absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Especially
he would
with
have been
just
so
the amount
special.
of talent.
Won the
he had.
MVP too.
Yeah, man. I mean, the amount of talent that he had, and just the unfortunate circumstance of going out like that. I mean, even him. We watched him on the Knicks, and it was like never the same. Even though he was old, but
no, for sure.
he was never the same after.
No, but I think he at the end of his career turned into a pretty decent bench player, and that's all you could ask for. But
that's all you can.
Who's your 5? Who you got?
My 5. Let's see, I'm going with Nikola Jokic. I'm a big Jokic guy. I think he is one of the most unique players the NBA's ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Just being 6'11", 7 foot, being able to hit, step back threes from way beyond the arc.
Mm-hmm.
Just how he's been so dominant. He averages a triple double basically. And he doesn't even it's so weird to me. He doesn't really it feels like he doesn't love the game.
He doesn't even care.
He doesn't even care. I see all these.
He just wants to go back home to wherever he's from.
Yeah. Even after winning that ring, it's like he's just like, all right, time to go home. But
he does it so effortlessly.
Yeah, just so effortlessly. And I just think he's so fun to watch. I watched him
really
in Brooklyn versus the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 years ago, and he's just catching the ball.
It's
like crazy passing. Just his playmaking ability, IQ.
No, 100%.
He's like, a lot of people don't like him. I know Eddie's not the biggest fan of him.
No,
but
I'm not. Yeah, I would say I don't not like him. I definitely think I do like him, but he's not a guy I'm gonna root for.
Yeah.
I'm very strict to the people I like. If you're not on the Knicks, there's maybe 3 guys I really like. But I do respect his game a lot.
You have to.
That's a really good 5.
I mean, my dad also has a pretty cool story where he met him in a Los Angeles hotel before he ever played an NBA game, which was wild, and he got a picture with him and everything. So my dad was like, "Hey, pay attention to this Nikola Jokic guy," and I was like, "Who even is that?"
Yeah,
this was probably 14.
When he got drafted, no one knew he was going to be Nikola Jokic.
No one knew. And Yeah, my dad's got a wild story, and he basically told me to pay attention to him. Maybe he'll be good, and that guy ended up being a MVP, winning
championship
championship.
winning.
It's like, which is wild. So that's why I got him my 5. So Eddie, you tell me about your 4 spot.
My number 4 is another New York Knick, Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony. I mean, I talked about it a little bit when we did the draft last week. Another guy who I first started watching. Had his jersey right away. He was great, and it's unfortunate that we could never really put a good team around him to compete for a championship. We did it early in his Knicks career, but at the end of the career, it was kind of a joke. But yeah, he was great. The mid-range game was great. That's just there's not much else to say. He was really good, and I love Carmelo. And even when he left the Knicks, always looked throughout his career. But yeah, that early Melo that I watched on the Knicks, he was a baller, man. He was an absolute baller. Clutch shots, deep shots, the mid range was crazy. But so that's my 4.
Yeah. My 4 is also Carmelo Anthony. I'll keep it short. I mean, just almost unguardable in the ISO. I mean, truly a special player that really, really made me love watching basketball. I instantly had the jersey. Also, for my 9th birthday, I almost got kicked out of MSG because I tried to get in the Knicks huddle. And I like kind of grabbed Carmelo's shoulder, and I didn't know any better. I was like, I don't even know what I was. Security almost threw me out. But bottom line, I love Carmelo, and I'm so glad I grew up watching him.
Yeah, no.
He was something special.
100%. My number 3 is, and these my top 3 is actually pretty funny, but my number 3 is Klay Thompson.
Sniper.
Dude. Oh man, Klay, that Warriors team, the Knicks were trash. I'm gonna be honest, I was a Warriors bandwagon. I will say, and people don't believe me, I started liking them the year before they won the championship. I believe they got eliminated to the Spurs in the playoffs. I believe. I'm not 100% sure though. But I always dude, Klay Thompson, man, before that injury, he was special, man. Great shooter. He's my number 2 greatest shooter of all time. His jump shot is prettier than Curry's.
Catch and
shoot 60 points in like 10 dribbles it was. He had like another 60-point game in 3 quarters. Has the all-time record for most threes in a single game. Beating his former Splash Bro Steph Curry, who had 13. Klay had 14. Dude, this man was so fun to watch. That whole team was fun to watch. People would hate on that team. Dude, you could hate on that team, but you can't deny what they created. You could say Steph changed the game, and he did, but Klay was up there too, man. This guy was with Curry. They did it together. Those 3-point contests they had in All-Star break where it was Curry versus Klay like I think it was 2 years in a row in the finals. Klay got him 1 year finally. Dude, unbelievable, and he was a great defender back in his day in the prime. I feel bad his last couple years with the Warriors, but he wasn't Klay Thompson after he got back from injury. Won a championship after the injury again. Can't deny he's a 4-time champion. He's on the Mavericks now. Had a rough game last night. But dude, I love Klay, and he's arguably my favorite player of all time. But like I said, we're doing best that we've seen and favorite. So with that said, he's my 3. And I have him over a guy like Carmelo too, just because of the championships and the accomplishments he has.
Also, just quickly about Klay, my high school basketball coach literally would have us go home and watch YouTube videos on Klay Thompson shooting form, just because of how simple
it was. Beautiful. It's such a beautiful form.
It was so simple. If you watch his form, it's just catch.
Yeah,
he's just
catch and shoot,
and it was just so
beautiful
smooth.
Shot.
Great
beautiful shot.
So,
I actually got to meet I went to the Warriors Knicks game, and I was sitting right by the locker room where they go in, and I met me and my dad went, and I got to high five all the Warriors. It was pretty cool, except Andrew Bogut, so that's why he's my least favorite player of all time. But yeah, Sorry, yapping about Clay. Love the guy. Who's your 3?
My 3, listen, it's LeBron James. I obviously don't really love LeBron and his antics off the court, but you can't argue that, he's definitely one of the greatest. I've ever seen, the NBA's ever seen. NBA points leader, 4-time champion. And just his longevity, the fact that I'm still watching him play today is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, mine's LeBron James. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but there's not too much to say. He's LeBron James.
I'll tell you right now, for the people waiting for me to put him on, he's definitely not going on my list. I listen. I agree to a point of what you were saying. I'm just the people that call him the greatest of all time. It's not even close, to be honest.
He's not my.
He's not even the best in his era, if I'm gonna be honest. This is the argument I put. They go Jordan won the 6 rings and 6-0. It is what it is. LeBron it's like 4-6 in the finals, which is crazy. He got there 10 times, but you lost 6 of them, dude. Mind you, to a guy who in your era changed the game of basketball by himself. Changed the game of basketball. The game revolves around threes because this guy Curry was taking fadeaway 3-pointers. Beat you in the finals 3 times and has the same amount of championships as you. So that's why, in my opinion, like, how are you the GOAT when a man who you were competing with in your generation whooped your butt 3 times in the championship? And I don't care if KD was there. You're LeBron James. You're supposed to be the greatest of all time. You stink. You lost to the guy 3 times in the championship. He has the same amount of rings as you. Change the name of basketball in your era where you're supposed to be the GOAT. Like, that's my case.
I hear it.
I don't like him at all. I think he's soft. I think he's the reason why the NBA is soft, because people look up to him and his flopping. I don't like his son. His son's only in the NBA because of LeBron. That guy's trash. I would beat him any day of the week. Because at the end of the day, I would show heart. He wouldn't show heart. But yeah, that's enough LeBron, because I could do a whole podcast talking bad about LeBron. But that was your 3, right?
That was my 3.
Yeah, so my 2 is another guy I think is better than LeBron, Kevin Durant. Another guy, man, I liked him when he was on OKC a lot. He was another guy I rooted for that OKC team with him and Russ. I wanted to see them win together. They didn't win together. He joins the Warriors. He wins 2 titles there. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, but great shooter, great offensive player. One could go down as one of the overall greatest offensive players there is in the whole game. Out of everyone in the NBA, to be honest, in a clutch situation, I might even choose KD out of everyone, to be honest, because he could get you at all 3 levels offensively, mid-range 3, driving at an elite level. I lost, not that I lost respect. He just hurt my feelings when he chose the Brooklyn Nets over the New York Knicks. I stopped liking him. I stopped being a KD fan. But I was rooting for him in Phoenix. I never hated KD. Only that 1 year, like I said, he just really gave you a heartbroken whatever. But yeah, that's my 2, KD.
Okay. My 2 is Stephen Curry. Obviously we've touched on Curry. I feel like I don't have to really say much, but he's just the greatest shooter God's ever created.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Yeah, I mean the guy has just he like we said, changed the game. He changed recess forever, bro. Everyone was trying to be like Curry.
You like Curry, man.
No one will ever forget like his prime.
Everyone had those. Not everyone, but I'm sure most basketball kids growing up had those original Steph Curry shoes. Those white and blue ones or whatever.
I had the white.
Everyone had those, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I thought I was the
Everyone
man
had
with those.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steph Curry, greatest shooter God's ever created. That's simple.
Yeah.
That's why he's in my. I got him in my.
Yeah,
team
and
that I've ever watched.
yeah, to go on to that, he's my one. I think we could have guessed that. I talked about him while we mentioned 3 other guys. I talked about him when we mentioned LeBron. I talked about him when we mentioned Clay, when we mentioned KD. And that's why he's my GOAT, dude. And he's a very very humbled guy, you know. He's 4-time champion. He's an MVP 2-time. And yeah, he just the way he moves around on the court is crazy. Like the off-ball screens and stuff. He's always, if you watch a Warriors game, he is always moving, and it's honestly incredible to watch.
Yeah. No doubt. The guy's special. So for my one, I'm going with Kobe Bryant. First of all, RIP Kobe, man.
Yes.
He's another one who was just an absolute offensive threat. Even a defensive threat. The guy had so much talent. It's really sad that he died.
Yeah, very upsetting.
Like growing up as a kid, definitely a huge impact on me watching basketball. I loved watching him. 5-time NBA champion. Kobe Bryant, man. RIP.
RIP.
That's my one that I've ever watched.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I didn't have him on my list is I wasn't a big Kobe fan. I just never, just because as I was growing up, he was kind of slowly fading, and he just was on a lot of losing teams in a row to where like I just didn't care for him. Like I never really saw him in a big game. It was really cool watching him drop 60 in his last ever game. But yeah, he like I said, no problem with Kobe. It's very upsetting what happened with him and his daughter and all the other passengers on that helicopter. But yeah. With that being said, is that it? I think that's it for the night. I'm Eddie here with Jack, and this was episode 6 of the Jack and Eddie Show.
Thanks for watching. See you next Thursday.